Russian forces shell Kherson Oblast 11 times over past 24 hours. Russian forces shelled Kherson Oblast 11 times in the past 24 hours, resulting in one death, according to a March 23 statement by the Kherson City Military Administration. 58 shells were used in the shelling of the oblast, the administration wrote. Kherson Oblast has been continuously subjected to Russian shelling since the areas on the west bank of the Dnipro River were liberated by Ukrainian forces in November 2022. Russian forces were pushed to the river's east bank, from where they had been firing at the liberated territories. Russia's overnight drone attack on Kyiv Oblast on March 22 resulted in 9 fatalities and 9 additional injuries, Kyiv Oblast Police Chief Andrii Nebytov reported on March 23. 20 individuals sought medical attention at the hospital for minor injuries sustained during the attack, Nebytov added. One of the victims later found under the rubble was a 57-year-old woman who neglected to seek shelter during the air raid alarm. The State Emergency Service of Ukraine confirmed on March 23 that their search and rescue operation had officially ended. Initially, the Kyiv Oblast Military Administration reported on March 22 that 3 people were reported killed and 7 injured following the drone attack. According to the State Emergency Service of Ukraine, a dormitory and a school in Rzhyshev city were partially destroyed by the attack. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has returned to the front line near Bakhmut, where fighting has raged for months. The devastated city has long been a focal point of the war as Russian forces try to revive their military campaign in the east. His visit came as Russian forces launched a series of strikes on Ukrainian cities. At least 8 people were killed near Kyiv and in Zaporizhia. Ukraine's military said it shot down 16 drones, but another 5 got through. 7 people died in an attack on student dormitories near the capital in Rzhyshev. Then a rocket slammed into a block of flats in the southeastern city of Zaporizhia, leaving 1 dead and 25 wounded. Local leaders said the number of victims could rise. While President Zelensky condemned Russia's bestial attacks on civilians, he also visited the eastern front line, where Ukrainian forces have held Russia at bay for more than 7 months. He last visited the area in December. Footage released by the president's office showed him in an old industrial warehouse giving medals to battle-weary soldiers. "I am honored to be here today," he told servicemen, in the east of our country, in Donbass, and to award our heroes, to thank you, to shake your hands. 2 people were killed and 4 were injured by Russian attacks on Donetsk Oblast over the past 24 hours, Governor Pavlo Kyrylenko reported on March 23. 2 people were killed in Avdiivka. According to the governor, Russia launched 3 missiles at the territory of the Avdiivka coke plant. At least 7 houses were reported damaged. 1 person was injured in Bakhmut, the governor said. Additionally, 1 person was injured in Koshchentinivka, 1 in Ivanivka, and another in Sviatohorsk. The governor added that Russian forces shelled Kramatorsk overnight. No casualties were reported, although there was property damage. A total of 1,426 people have been reported killed and 3,253 injured in Donetsk Oblast since the start of the full-scale invasion, according to Kyrylenko. However, these numbers do not include casualty rates in occupied Volnovakha and Mariupol, as they are currently impossible to calculate. The Russian attacks came a day after Chinese President Xi Jinping completed a 2-day visit to Moscow, promoting a 12-point peace plan. The Ukrainian president noted that every time someone tries to hear the word peace in Moscow, another order was given to launch attacks. President Putin said earlier that many of the Chinese proposals can be taken as the basis for the settling of the conflict in Ukraine whenever the West and Kyiv are ready for it. The plan makes no specific proposals and does not call explicitly for Russian forces to leave Ukraine's sovereign territory. Meanwhile, 17 Ukrainian children deported by Russian authorities have reportedly been returned to their parents. A young boy had an emotional reunion with his parents, hugging his father tightly as he stepped off a bus carrying the children. The children had all been deported from the regions of Kherson and Kharkiv and taken to Russian-occupied territory, according to Ukrainian media. The Ukrainian government has claimed about 16,000 children have been unlawfully transferred and deported from Ukraine. Russia has denied this and said it is evacuating people voluntarily.